Alright, hey guys, this is my first video, and pretty much it's just gonna be me ranting, so just sit through it and leave comments, do whatever, I really don't care. So, these past couple of days, I've kinda been having a falling out with my folks, and it's not even these past couple of days, it's been going on since October. And pretty much the bottom line is, I'll first start off by saying that I am gay. And I came out to them in October when me and my boyfriend at the time had a falling out and he had broken up with me. So I was upset. But the summer prior to that, I had him in the house as a friend. And I pretty much lied to my parents about it. Because I didn't know how they would react. So my parents weren't too happy about that. Best believe that. So, I tell them or whatever, they're like, well, we feel lied to and cheated and blah, 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 and he's banned from the house, which I still don't understand why that was even the case. So then, I'm back at home again, because I go to school in U of Ann Arbor, and I have no job, okay? I didn't even plan on coming back here this summer. But some shit happened, shit happens. So pretty much the bottom line is, while I'm looking for a job, my mother offered to give me gas money if I cut the grass. So I'm like, okay, fine. I happened to ask for gas money one night, and both my mom and my dad go off on me. My dad says, well, you sure are doing a lot of running for somebody who ain't trying to look for a job. And I'm like, how are you going to tell me what I'm doing? Really? I'm not looking? Okay. And I'm like, well, I'm only holding to the agreement. You said if I cut the grass, I get money every week. So just fill up my tank. I don't see what the problem is. So I won that argument. But then, the thing that I had about me is that I have two pet peeves. One, I don't like being yelled at, especially first thing in the morning when I wake up. And two, I do not like someone taking their attitude out on me. If somebody pissed you off, take it up with that person, not with me. Unfortunately, my mother has a bad habit of doing that. So, she decided to wake me up on Saturday, yelling and screaming, talking about, I need to get up because I got to go cut grass on one of our rental properties. I'm like, ugh. Because I'm like, I can't do it. I have plans today. She's like, well, I don't care. You just gonna have to cancel. So now, not only do I feel disrespected in that regard, but then it's like, you yelled at me. So I'm really not in regards to trying to help you, because it's like, why didn't you just ask me nicely? Yeah, I know a lot of people out there saying they're your parents, they shouldn't have to, but I kind of feel like they do. And so we get here, and I'm like, okay, well, I can help you, but I gotta be somewhere at 3:30, because it was my friend's graduation party. So, okay, I mentioned it a lot. I would say that a lot. So the last time I mentioned it, my mom snaps at me and she goes, if you mention that dang on party one more time, I'm going to slap you upside your head. So I'm like, okay, so now you snapping on me because the person who you were supposed to get to do this didn't show up, and now you taking it out on me. So I did what any old teenager would do to their parents. I showed my ass off. I had the biggest attitude. I flipped. I'm like, I'm not taking this crap no more. I am 19. I am in college, a junior. I don't need this crap. So I went on about my party and I went on about my business. So next day comes around and, I'm like, okay, it's whatever. The past is the past. And I go into the kitchen and my mom is like, yes. I'm like, I came out here to say hi. She's like, I heard you. Yes. And I gave her the same attitude back. I'm like, fine, bye. So she comes back here in my room where I am now. And she chews me out. She's like, you don't sit up here and listen to me. I'm tired of your mouth and I done gave you a chance and blah, 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 blah. She also happens to mention that that's the reason why me and your friend don't get along now, i.e. my boyfriend. because you lied to me. So I'm thinking to myself, so that makes sense for you to take something out on him that had nothing to do with him because of something I did. Then on top of that, I'm like, you came back here fussing at me again. If you had a problem, why didn't you just talk to me? That's the problem with my mother. She always yells. I don't understand why, but that's just one of my pet peeves. You yell at me, I don't listen. So I was heated listening to everything she said, and I left the house. So then my dad decides to get into the mix. So I'm sitting up here talking. I called my sister. So she came to the park, and I told her everything. I came up to her. She was really supportive. So then my dad calls me. He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at the park. I got upset, and I tried to cool off. He's like, didn't I ask you to cut down a bush? A bush? Really? So a bush is more important than how I feel. I'm upset, so a bush is more important than me being upset. So he's like, you and I need to talk. I'm like, yeah, we need to talk. Big time. Big time. Right now. Yeah, right now. So after I finish cutting down the bush and cutting my next door neighbor's yard, he starts talking to me about how he feels about the whole situation as far as I'm not being responsible enough. I'm not taking enough initiative and just a whole bunch of crap. I'm like, okay, well, this is how I feel. It sucks the fact that when I'm upset, I have to listen to YouTube. Mom, one day I felt like shit. Now I know my parents aren't dumb, so they can tell when I'm upset, and I'm not the type of person that hides my emotions very well. I will show it blankly because I really don't care. And my mother came in here and was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm just in a bad mood. I don't feel like being bothered. She continues to say, why are you being so bitchy? Do I really need to hear that while I just said I'm in a bad mood? Why would you say that to me? So I really did not like her at that moment. I wanted to throw something at her head, but it was because of the fact she was my mother. I'm like, okay. So I told my dad about that. And I told him about how when he went off on me about the gas money, I'm like, you make it sound like I want to be here taking money from you every day and all day. I wish I didn't have to ask you or mom for shit. But unfortunately, I do. He continues to sit up here and say, well, we just wish you would take more initiative. I'm like, well, I wish that you would open up your mouth. If you want me to do something as far as going around checking on these houses or whatever to cut the grass, so my mother made that point. Okay, I can understand that. But if you wanted me to do that, how come you just didn't calmly express that to me? I don't understand. Why is that so hard? My dad says, well, that's just how your mother is. So that makes it right because that's just how she is. So it makes it okay because she takes her attitude out on you and me. And that makes it okay. No, I don't think so. And about the whole initiative thing, I'm sorry if I don't take initiative about something I really don't give a crap about. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care about these houses. This is your thing, not mine. And yes, I may benefit from it, but at the same time, you could ask me. I'm not saying, you gotta beg, but just ask me. If you wanted me to go around these houses and check on them to cut the grass on a regular basis, just say so. But you didn't. My thing is, do not tell me something and mean something entirely different because it pisses me off. Because then you sit up here yelling at me for no dang on reason. Because it's like, well, we're not yelling at you for something you did. We're yelling at you for something you didn't do. How in the hell was I supposed to know that? Bottom line is, I really don't understand this concept that my parents have in their head about initiative and me doing stuff on my own if I'm not really used to it. Like, okay, dishes and garbage cans and stuff like that, I can understand it. I mean, it's common sense. If if it's full, take it out. If the sink is full and no one's done it, put them in the dishwasher, wash them. And I can even understand the fact about the grass. Okay, I should have taken initiative and I should have went over there and looked to see where the grass is cut. I shouldn't have to wait on my parents to tell me. But it's like, I don't understand what the big deal is. You tell me, don't I go over there and do it? So everybody wins. You get what you want, I get what I want, I don't get bothered. But apparently my parents have some alternative motive, and I really don't understand it. So if anybody who's watching this understands this, please comment or video reply or whatever. I don't care. Just Give me some kind of answer, because I swear to God, if they go off on me one more time about some bull crap, I'm gonna flip. I'm just going to flip out. So, like I said, reply, comment, do whatever. I don't care. I just need answers. So, thanks for watching. Oh God, 10 minutes, really? Oh well, I had a lot to say. Thanks. Peace.